Okay, guys, welcome to our team call. So I'm so excited to have Susan as our guest speaker. This is my first guest speaker ever. Yay! So I'm going to just go over. Was fired up this week after listening to that one video with Summer, and then I'm in the recruiting training, and Josh Coates is amazing. I could listen to him all day long. It must be his voice, but he's so awesome. And he just makes you want to get out there and do amazing things. So I love it. So just announcements that you already know about or should know about. 21-day fix, 21-day extreme, and 22-minute hardcore all on sale this month again for $140. And then the Kickstart packages are $160. So there's no reason any of us should not be getting Success Club every month, obviously, but this month for sure with these sales. Every time we have these sales, the sales skyrocket, and we should be doing awesome with Success Club. Our team shirts, yay! We love them, got them in, and I've already got lots of people wanting more. So if you want another one or need your first one, let me know so I can get that ordered. Ashley Hinkle is super close to Emerald. She just needs one more. And Josephine is almost Ruby, which is awesome. So everyone is rocking this week. 3 challenge packs already sold in the last 2 days. So I'm so excited for our team. I just wanted to say really fast. So you know that our team motto that I came across in my devotions several weeks back is do it afraid. And so that is our team motto. So one thing I learned from Josh Coates this week was, it is scary we all feel this way when we first start out as a coach. We don't want to post. We don't want to share our pictures. The first time I ever did a video, it was inside my challenge group. I was sweating. I was shaking. It was so ridiculous. Like, why am I nervous talking to these ladies in my challenge group? But all that is new, all that's scary to all of us. But you know what? Do it afraid. So that's what I'm trying to be into, you guys. Do it afraid. It doesn't matter. We're going to get laughed at. We're going to get talked about. Someone's going to say something. I got to the point, probably it took me maybe 2 months, where I was just like, who cares? Who cares what someone thinks about my pictures that I post? Or because if I go back and look at my posts and my pictures, they were awful. They're so awful. And we all start that way. It's no big deal. I didn't have any apps. Like, I didn't know what to do or how to make your pictures look good. So, you know what? So just do it anyways. They're not paying your bills. They're not helping you change lives. They're not saving lives. It doesn't matter what they're thinking. Just do it afraid. Do it. Whatever you got to do, just do it. I really like that about him. He's so awesome, and I've just learned so much from him from this training. So that's really fast announcements and my little motivation speech. So I want to introduce Susan. We have actually never met, but we are on the same group under Fit Fanatics, and she is amazing. We're all in a leader chat like we do for our team, and every time she writes, it's awesome. I learned from her. I can't say enough, even though I've never met her. So I'm super excited to have her talk to us tonight and just share. Hold on. Sorry, I've got chat and I'm getting discombobulated here. Okay, so let me mute. Mute all. Okay. So Susan is... she's been a coach for 15 months. She went 2-star in 8 months, which is insane. She is a wife of 20 years. She has a 5-year-old little girl who is super cute. I see her pictures all the time on Facebook. She's also an elementary school teacher, and I watched her little speech last night, and she said she would never, ever, ever coach. She did not want to be one of us. And then here she is and took off like super fast. So I'm going to let her take over and share with us. Okay.
Thank you so much, Desiree. I'm honored that I'm your first guest speaker. So thank you so much for having me on your call. I am super happy to be here, guys, with you all and talk. So Desiree, well, she said a lot about me. That's basically me in a nutshell. But my whole world is my family. And I said I would never, ever coach. I knew my coach, Danielle, for years. And I thought she had like gone off the deep end. Her posts were super annoying. I hid her for a while from Facebook. Yeah, I did like the whole thing. I messed up Shakeology the first 3 times I made it. I told her, no way, don't give it to me again. So I was that person. So I can understand when people like say, I didn't like it. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that one. I know I messed it up. And it's like, how can you mess up a shake? But I don't know what I did. So anyway, fast forward, I did PIO my way. I did 30 days of it. It's a 60-day program. So I really didn't do it. I never opened the nutrition book. I was awful. I never checked into the group. I think maybe I checked in like the first week when everyone's all excited. And then I never checked in. So of course I didn't have any great, amazing results. It did help my back. Like my lower back pain was gone forever. But it wasn't until I decided, all right, I'm going to try 21-day fix. And I told my friends about it. And then they said, all right, we'll do it together. That's when the accountability kind of kicked in. And that's when I saw the whole power behind this, the support group and the challenge group. And that was the key for me to actually succeed at my own transformation and then help other people. And then I loved it. And I said, all right, I'm going to go with this. And I did my research and went with it. So it was just like that. And the reason I said that is because our call is about mindset. And it really was a mindset shift. Like I went from no way, no how, there's got to be a scheme there somewhere. People don't make money from home. I have a college degree. Why do I need to do like a, work from home business? To wait a minute, this actually works. I can actually do this. This is going to help me stay accountable. I enjoy helping other people. And it's just like, I'm going to do this. And I remember having a conversation with my husband, like, all right, like if I do this, I'm going to go like all in and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to there will be no thoughts of me quitting, for at least a year. Everyone's like, at least a year, do it. Because by then you're hooked and you're not going to quit. But it was that. And I remember the conversation, like if it was yesterday and he's like, go for it. Like, we had already researched and, done our thing. And he knows that when I say I'm going to do something, like I do it really well. And that was I think that was part of why I never even looked at it, because I didn't think that I even wanted to even entertain that thought of, seeing myself as a leader, CEO, all this stuff. It was just like crazy. So it was just a switch. That was it. It was that easy. And so, what I want to share with you guys today is, you're all at different points in your business, the ones that are on here and the ones that will listen to this later. And, you have to know that the minute if you're on this call, you're listening to the call is because you have that thing that I had. Otherwise you wouldn't be on this call. All right. So you're no different than I am. If you're on this call, on a Thursday night at 9 o'clock at night, listening to this, then you're interested in, enough to actually want to learn and want to grow as a business leader, right? Not just a challenger. Challengers don't get on these crazy calls with us. So you have to know that the minute you said, I'm going to do this, stuff is going to start happening in your life. It's kind of like, I declare that I'm going to do something great and I'm going to go all into this. And then it's like, buckle up, because just stuff is going to start happening. And you just have to decide when you start that you're not going to give up no matter what happens. You're not going to give up. You're not going to let little things or big things, stop you. So if you listen to Summer Tucker, she was very passionate, but she was really adamant about the whole vacation thing. And it's like, you just don't stop, and if you think of any major CEO of any big company, they don't just stop and unplug for 2 weeks because they're on vacation. They check in. How's everything going? What's going on? They get updates. So it's the same with us. You cannot stop. We all have issues. They just happen at different times, different months of the year for us. different ages in our lives, but we all have issues. And so 99% of us, and I posted about this today, but 99% of us have issues that are not unique. Like, you're not the only person on the planet that has whatever it is that's happening to you at the moment. So sometimes we get so like caught up in ourselves, like, oh, woe is me. And you know, this happens with our challengers, right? Oh, my daughter is sick, and so I cannot, you know, she has a cold, I can't work out for a week. You know, that's not special or unique. Like, everyone goes through that. And so you're no different than other people that have the same issues, but that yet they're successful, not only working out or with their business or their personal life, but just all around. They still have these things, and they somehow persevere past through all of that. Just to share a little bit about what's going on in my life right now, I have 3 insurance claims for my home open right now, like insane. We have water, we have these huge units, like machines going on. They just turn them off so that I can get on this call. It is like an airport in my house. It is insane. Just on the phone all day with adjusters and things going on. But I'm still showing up. I'm still posting, and I'm already thinking, like, you know, shoot, I need to post in my challenge group as soon as this call is over. Like, you just can't say, oh, I'm just going to take this weekend off. You know, you just go all in. You owe it to yourself. If you're going to invest in this and do it, go all in. Like, why do something halfway, right? Because then what's going to happen a year from now is you're not going to be where you thought you should have been, or you're not going to be where you want to be. And then you're going to be like, well, I mean, if you're real with yourself, you're going to say, but I didn't really go all in. So at that point, what do? You either quit, or then you spend another year actually doing it the right way, like you should have the first year. And then you're just frustrated, because then you start, oh, well, she's only been here a year and look at where she's at. And, you know, and why do that to yourself? Like, we torture ourselves for no reason. I've been doing a lot of research on mindsets, because it's crazy, but at my school, we actually got a program about mindsets, and that Amazon put out for kids to teach them about mindsets. So it was just weird, because I was like, oh my God, this is great. And I said, I want to teach this. And I teach math to the whole school. So I actually taught every kindergarten through 5th grader this whole unit on mindset. And I was like, this is awesome. I'm going to use this for my business. And so what I learned is that there are 2 types of mindsets. You either have a fixed mindset or you have a growth mindset. And so just like, I'm going to kind of describe a fixed mindset for like a coach. All right. Since that's what we're talking about. So a coach that has a fixed mindset goes into the business thinking that they were born with certain abilities and talents, and that's it. That's what they have. And so if you look at someone like Melanie Mitchell or Bonnie Engel, one of these other coaches, you're like, oh, well, she was born with those natural abilities and those natural talents, and that's why she's so successful. I don't have those talents and those abilities, so I'm never going to be where she's at. And you might not say it out loud, but you're saying it to yourself subconsciously. You know, and every time you hear them speak, you find something, oh, well, she's so good on camera. You know, she's so natural. She was always like that. And we start making all these assumptions. And then you start listening to them, like Melanie. She always says that she was an introvert, and she'd rather stay in her little office than go out and talk to people. And yet, look at how successful she's been at it. So a fixed mindset says, this is what I have to work with, and I cannot improve it. They also think that failing, so missing a rank, not being able to get Success Club, or, you know, struggling to get SC10 or whatever, they see that as meaning that you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not good enough. You're not talented enough. Okay. And they also do the whole comparison game, and, you know, it's sad, but it happens to all of us at some point, but they see someone else succeed within the business, and they immediately feel some sort of like, I'm less able than that person. Right? I could never be where that person is at that time, you know, because I'm not as whatever, fill in blank, as smart, as gifted, as vocal, as friendly, as popular, blah, 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 as that person. So that is a fixed mindset. Now, a coach that has a growth mindset looks at abilities and talents as something that you develop. So yeah, I was born with this, but if I develop it and I read and I practice it, I'm going to get this and this and this and this. Okay. So they're always looking to improve themselves. Okay, what do I need? I need leadership skills. I'm going to work on that. I need public speaking skills to do these crazy calls. I remember my first team call was so awful. But, you know, you practice that because you know that you can improve, right? And there's no difference between, I mean, the only difference between you and that other person that seems so amazing on camera is just that they've done it more, right? And the best thing that you guys can do is go back to one of those superstar coaches and like go to their YouTube page and find a video from like the beginning. And you're going to instantly feel like, wow, it's so true. They were so awkward at the beginning, every single one of them. Like I've seen Melanie from the beginning and it was like, wow, you know, just, it was crazy, and how she's so much better at it now. But it's because how many calls do you think Melanie Mitchell has done? Thousands probably by now. Okay. They see failure as proof that you're trying, and they know that there's no way you can succeed if you don't fail, right? Unless you live like so carefully that you don't even try anything. Therefore, you're never even, you know, you're not trying, you're not failing. You might as well like be dead, basically. And you see someone else succeed, and you're motivated to keep pushing. So like my success partner is, you know, kicking butt and taking names. And every time I'm like, yes, like I'm like, so like, I love it. I'm like so, you know, driven by that and motivated to, you know, not be like her, because we each have to run our race, but like I see what's possible, and, you know, if she can do it, why can't I? That's the mentality that I have. Okay. So mindset applies to, you know, everything, every part of your life. And this is stuff that you can apply when you're talking to your challengers too, because you can tell right away a challenger that has a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, because the fixed, they're going to give you every excuse in the book as to why they have failed and why this is going to be so hard for them. And they're going to, you know, be the ones that need like that constant praise, you know, constant, you're doing great. Sure, you skipped, you know, all of your proteins today, but you're doing awesome, you know, because they have that mentality. And you can tell the ones that just go with it and like, okay, tell me more. Where can I find this? Where can I find that? Because they know that they can learn this and that they can do this, right? And that they're going to mess up, but it's no big deal. We have all those challengers that mess up on a weekend and then that's it. They're gone. Like, you know, forget it. Like I said, their kid gets sick and you've lost them for the whole round. They just cannot recover because they see a failure and they tell you, that's it. I stop, I quit, you know, I'm not motivated or whatever. And, you know, you can just see it. Whereas the other people are like, that's it. My daughter's feeling better. I slept last night. I'm working out. And boom, they're back in it. Okay. So let's talk about the vital behaviors. I'm just going to focus on the first 3 and how they relate to this whole growth mindset and fixed mindset. So the first one I want to talk about is personal development, because I know for me, I didn't do that for a long time. And even though I'm a teacher and we read all the time, we really don't. So it's just a myth. I was like, no, that's for like people that, you know, have time, need help, blah, blah, blah. Not for me. And like, you know, I don't know, there's just like a stigma around like, oh, you were reading a self-help book, like, you know, whatever. So fixed mindset people that have a fixed mindset believe that, like I said, personal development is only for people that are broken. It's not for me. It's for them. It's not for me. I don't need it. Whereas a person that has a growth mindset believes that it's essential to your success. It's like water to a garden. You don't water your garden when it's dead and dry. You water it so that it doesn't become dead and dry. So don't wait for something to go wrong in your life or your team or whatever to then go, oh my gosh, I need like a leadership book, you know, or I need a, you know, how to like work on social media. Do it now before you have all of these issues come up, right? So the next thing was consistently being proof of the product. And I added that word consistently. I think it should be part of the vital behavior, because you can be proof of the product for 21 days, right? Like one round, and then you fall off the face of the earth, right? With your whole fitness and Shakeology and eating clean. So fixed people believe that people that succeed at that are people that have a lot of time on their hands. They believe that people that do great with fitness and that are in great shape are people that are not busy. Oh, they're just not as busy as I am. Oh, I have 2 kids. You know, I get that all the time. Oh, you don't understand because you only have one daughter and she's 5 and she's amazing. Like, no, like she's still a kid. Like that doesn't, you know, preclude me from or exclude me from having all these social activities and her school and chores and, you know, realizing at 10 o'clock at night that her uniform is dirty and I have to wash it. Like stuff still happens. So, you know, that's a fixed mindset. Like, oh, you work out because you have all this time. You're a teacher. You get out early. Like, I love that one. So they tell themselves that, you know, one day isn't going to matter. 1 week isn't going to make a difference. And, you know, like I said, they just believe that people that are fit and eat clean, it's just because it's easy for them. Or that's how it's always been their whole life. Or because their entire family is fit and clean eats, right? Because we hear that all the time. Oh, well, but my husband doesn't eat healthy. So what am I supposed to do? Cook 2 meals? That's a fixed mindset. You can like right away, you know, they're just stuck in that. Growth mindset believe that people that are successful at this part of their life, it's because they make time for themselves. They find the time. They believe that everyone has time for themselves, right? So there are no excuses as to why you didn't do it. And you just be blunt and say, I just didn't do my workout today because I was lazy. I didn't get up. I hit the snooze button. And you see people, like a lot of coaches will say that I hit the snooze button. I did this. Like they just own up to it instead of saying, oh, it's because I didn't have time, or because so-and-so, my dog, you know, I don't know, had ate a fly. I don't know, all these crazy things that we hear. So yeah, personal development, being proof of the product, and then the inviting thing. And, you know, she talked about this at the beginning about this whole getting over your like fear of it. You know, we all go through that. I don't think there's a person on earth or coach on earth that was like super gung-ho about sending those messages at the beginning, or, you know, and even like their stages, like now I'm more into recruiting. So I'm more like blunt about the business side of it. And that was like a huge deal for me, and it was hard. And I'm a year into it. You know, when I was like brand new, 3-4 months, I was like, you know, who am I to be inviting people to like my team? You know, my team is just me. And you start like doubting yourself and all that. And, you know, it's very hard. But if you, again, have that growth mindset that, wait a minute, I don't have a team yet, but I will. It's kind of like you opened up a business and you're hiring. So you might not have employees yet, but you will. And so what, you're not going to hire anyone until you have an employee. How are you ever going to get that employee? Right? So if you wait to have a team to invite to your team, you're never going to invite. Like, it's like, when you say it out loud, it's like, duh, right? But we all go through that in our head. You know, oh, I have to wait to be, you know, a 5-star diamond to post about my success, you know, with the business. Well, you're never going to get to 5-star because who's going to join you? They don't even know you have a business. Okay. So just get out of that and really just treat it like I said at the beginning, go all in. You are a business owner. That's it. The minute you said I'm coaching and you declared it, you're a business owner. Go for it. So the last part, how can you change from a fixed to a growth mindset? So this is the good part. It's super easy. All you have to do is say this magic word at the end of every sentence you say from now on. Add the word yet. Okay. So I'm not SE All-Star yet. Success Club All-Star yet. I'm not elite yet. I'm not 5-star diamond yet. I don't have a team yet. That word yet changes the whole thing, because it's telling your brain, yeah, you don't have it today, but there is a tomorrow, you will have it. You're working towards that. Instead of just saying, oh, I don't have it. That's it. It's like, it's a fact. It's end of story. There is no hope, right? When you just say it like that. So add that word yet. Every time you hear one of your coaches say something like, you know, I'm not successful yet. You know, I'm not making, you know, $500 a month yet. Whatever their objection and whatever their doubt is, because really it's what it is a fear. Whenever they say that, add that word yet to it, and you'll see that it's like, wow, okay, but I will be there. I mean, I wasn't there, you know, last year, but I could say, oh yeah, I'm Success Club All-Star, like finally in June, right? You know, so but I kept saying that I'm not there yet, but I will be. And I kept counting down the months like I was in prison. I'm almost there because I'm going to make it, even if it kills me. So start developing the skills now that you will need to get where you want to be. So if you want to have a team, you need to start reading and listening to personal development about leadership now before you have the team. All right. If you want to know how to recruit, you need to read books about recruiting now. Don't wait to be like, oh, okay, now I'm going to learn about recruiting a year from now. Do it right now. Just soak it all in and then implement everything, okay? And the difference between every successful person and every unsuccessful person is these two things. Belief, which is belief in yourself and belief in that vision that you have for you, your family, your future, your why, basically. And then consistency. Consistency in that belief, okay? So they go hand in hand. You can believe all you want in your dreams, and, you know, when you're a kid, oh, I believe I'm gonna have a pink unicorn someday, right? But if you're not consistent about getting that pink unicorn, then you're never going to get that pink unicorn. And that's why we stop dreaming about that pink unicorn, because we stop doing anything about it, right? So if you believe that you are going to retire yourself, or you're going to supplement your income, you're going to pay off your debt, you're going to buy your dream home, whatever it is, right? Have that vision, believe in it. Otherwise, why have that? Why even say it if you don't really believe it? And then work your butt off every single day for it. Because at the end of the day, you're working for something. So you're either working for your dreams, or for someone else's, your mindset, or someone else's mindset, right? And yeah, I will stop so that you guys can ask questions. I see we have like 7 minutes left, right?
That was so awesome, Susan.
Thank you.
Let me unmute. Okay, so we're going to open up if anyone Let me unmute everybody. Okay. So we're going to do a quick Q&A with Susan if anyone has any questions for her. I love, like Summer touched on that too, about being consistent. Like, you know, we've got challengers in our groups who are so consistent, posting and working out and following the plan every day. And we have to do the same in our business. We have to, I try, you know, I say this job's not hard, and it's really not hard, but it's definitely stuff that gets thrown at you that makes it seem hard. And, you know, like I don't want to post all the time, you know, 3 or 4 times a day, or I might not want to message somebody and invite people every day, but those things are not hard. So if we get that in our mind and just be like, you know, I'm messaging people, I'd rather do that than go to this job over here that I hate. You know, that's not going to get me anywhere in my life. Staying consistent is so important. And I try to relay that all the time because when I started, my coach kept telling me, just be here a year from now. Work really hard for 1 year and see how much it changes. And it was so true. I went from, you know, like I see you or Shannon, and she's like Success Club 20 already or whatever. And I'm like, holy moly, how does that even happen? But when I started, I was doing good if I got Success Club 2. And now my team is grown. My 2 coaches are awesome. You know, you have to stay consistent, and that will totally pay off. And it does. Okay, sorry. Questions? Anyone have any questions? No, anybody? You are awesome at objections. Can you give us a little tips on how to handle objections? I know the best thing to do is handle them openly on Facebook.
Yes.
Do you have any tips for doing that?
Well, the first thing I would recommend, I just pulled it out. There is a call that Bonnie Engel did. So if you go to YouTube, Bonnie Engel Objections, you'll find it. And then you can, like, I screenshot it and I took pictures and I printed it. And like, it just has like for everything, like this one, I wouldn't be a good coach. And then she just talks about exactly, like she basically copied and pasted her response, her script. I don't have the money. I wouldn't be a good coach. I don't understand social media. I don't want to post on Facebook. I don't have the time. So these are both for challengers and for coaches. Do I have to get the shake? And then just like things like I have to ask my husband, but I'm an introvert, but I already drink another protein, you know, just kind of stuff like that. So I would use this because this really helped me kind of, I was overthinking it, which is really, you know, a big deal for all of us, but that's huge. So if you can get that and just have it in front of you, so you start getting those sentences back would be great. And for sure, handle every single objection on your page. If you have a like page, do it on both pages. If not, just do it on your personal page. But like today, if you want, you can go and look. I posted about this whole mindset thing, and I talked about, you know, how I had spoken to so many people this week that had said why they hadn't worked out, and it was just excuses. And, you know, if they just came out and said, I just was lazy, or, you know, I just didn't do it, that would have been better than giving me all these things like, you know, well, I won't give examples just in case it's coming from somewhere. You never know. But, you know, like I tackle them straight up. Like, yeah, life is crazy, but look, I still did my 30-minute workout today. And, you know, I didn't want my shake. You know, I did veggies. Like, I do all of that. I just share it because, you know, there are people that are looking at your posts. They will never comment. They will never like your posts, but they are reading them, right? So if you don't tackle those things there, you're never going to get into a conversation, because these are the same people that are never going to reply to your Facebook Messenger posts either until they're ready. They all come back, but they won't reply right away. So you're like, man, I can't even like talk to her about the challenge group. She won't even like reply to my message, but they're watching your Facebook page. So everything there, like be an open book so that people can say, wow, like she's not just telling me that privately, you know, just so that I hear that. This is like the real truth because she's putting it out there. Okay, so that's my take on objections. And be relatable. Like I always share everything about me. I didn't like veggies. I didn't like protein shakes, any kind of shakes, period. Like I'm just very forward about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Bonnie Engel Objections on YouTube. Okay. Awesome. Alexis is awesome about no excuses. She'll get home at midnight and still do her workout every single day.
I still have to do my workout tonight.
I don't know how she does it, but she does.
Mindset.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I want to get a picture really fast. Can y'all smile? Let's see here.
But it's, yeah, it's down so you can't see it.
Such a glare. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much, Susan. This was so helpful. I'm going to put up the recording in our group. But you were awesome. Hey,
thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.